I
I'll
don't know if
always
it was-
remember him for getting hit in the face by a bird on a roller coaster.
Oh my god, that is so funny. Like, and I don't understand like how he got so popular. He was literally a model for like romance novels, right?
He's a piece of it was like a meme before the internet had memes. He was just a fucking meme. That's all he was.
He was on Old Spice commercials for a little while.
Old Spice.
Oh, was
I
he?
can't believe it's not butter. Remember that was.
I
his
do
big-
remember that one. I do remember that one.
Yeah. So crazy. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember. Yeah, Old Spice. Gold. This one called it a golden maned B-lister. Wow.
Fabio is fabulous though. Okay. So I'm gonna start fairly quickly because we have some checking in to do. We are the name of the session is wrong. Hold on one second. Silas, you're supposed to catch these.
Get your shit together, man.
Done.
First
Okay.
tech issues, now title issues.
I know.
It's all
I
my
know.
fault.
It is all your fault. Okay. We are now officially 12 weeks into our campaign.
Whoa.
I know. It is session 12. And I was talking to Tim about this. I've kind of been thinking about this off and on. I mentioned it to him like 3 weeks ago, and I've been putting it off until our 3-month anniversary thing.
Yeah.
So we are 12 weeks in, which would be 1/4 of what we had planned. And we have not left a very small valley. So, the campaign I had expected to last between 48 and 52 weeks.
Yep.
May run a little bit longer than that.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I'm just feeling everybody out on the time and the not dedication, but like whatever the right word is, for perhaps a longer campaign. I will just kind of get everybody's, because if we need to, I can speed things up. And we can travel quickly through areas instead of like finding all the little side quests and stuff. So how is everybody feeling on the time of the campaign?
Well,
So
I
far.
personally love long campaigns. The longer the better, but this is my
Okay.
opinion. I
I think a campaign should last as long as it needs to go
yes,
for.
it can last for years, for decades.
Just
Amelia?
until it runs out, basically.
Okay.
Or if you're that asshole that I saw that thing about, I've been running my D&D campaign for 30 years.
Okay,
30
it's not
years.
going to go 30 years. Sorry, guys. I don't have that much.
That's-
Hey, it'll give us
the
our
greatest D&D campaign ever.
It'll give us our group
Fucking
name. We're
tool.
the Snails of Von.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously.
I'm fine with it going longer.
Okay.
We'll just call our name, our group name now will be Molasses.
How are you
Yeah.
feeling, Jazz?
I'm good. I find myself looking forward to Wednesdays more, so yeah, it's good.
Yep.
Okay. If at any point that changes or y'all feel that it's slowing, like it's too sluggish, please let me know, because we can skip ahead or like cut down on the side quest stuff. And I'm also along the feelings of a campaign will last as long as it lasts. But I know that we had
Yes.
planned for it to be a very specific length, and I just kind of feel that it might be longer than that, unless, you know, fortunate or unfortunate events happen. So, also, how is everybody feeling about their knowledge of what's going on? Are you utterly lost, utterly confused, frustrated, any of those negative feelings?
I wouldn't say negative, but I find myself just continually confused, like throughout. So I think this is just par for the course for me. I don't know what's going on, so it's fine.
Okay, so Valley Hillbillies, hobos of the valley. Okay, so
The non-murder hobos.
Yeah. The non-murder hobos. Okay, so as far as the main quest goes, then for you, Jazz, from what you know at this very moment, you have done everything that you can to stop the affliction. Do you like as far as like the main path and the quest go, is it just about the overall setting and theme?
Well, I guess the biggest thing right now is for me is why did we meet this demigod? I'm not 100% sure what chain of events happened that we are meeting this guy.
Okay, so that's an easy one that I can explain.
I second that.
The weave is very much not weave, non-hair weave. The weave is very much able to be manipulated by intent, and the intent of what Nimu was doing was had to do with the way of the mind, and there'll be some more information kind of coming up, but being that y'all were manipulating the way of the mind, and another influence that you all hold, which will be explained later today or later this session, it somehow pretty much like gave you an invitation into their office, very much like the office of the Seat of Land, or the Spectral's office before. So it was literally just you guys having done what you've done, messing with the weave in such a way that it ended up putting you there. White mechanic.
So we just popped in there because of the actions we took.
Yeah, we poked at it too much. Yeah.
And
Yes.
then the demigod was like, WTF, mate, and we're like, hey, bro.
Well,
his room.
he thought you guys were there for him.
Oh,
Right.
He was like, oh my gosh, I have followers and they're finally here to free me after my freaking like banishment. And that's why he didn't think twice about just saying, okay, you go do this. Okay, you go do
Joke's
this.
on you. We don't know where there is.
Yeah. So it's all assumptions on his part. He doesn't really understand what's going on. He, as a demigod, he was just like, hey, I have followers. Cool, they're still around, and now they have enough power to actually release me. Okay, you go do that now. But
Okay. So I think I understand. I don't like it, but I understand it.
Yeah. And of course, there are mechanics that have to like move forward, and those wheels have to click into certain positions to allow the story to progress, which some of it might just be like, fuck! But I'm not going to do it in the intention of killing you.
Well, I'll have
These
to
are
go
just gonna
kill or free a god.
yeah.
That is a very good question, though, and I have some of that explanation, hopefully part of what the script for tonight. Does anybody else have anything that they're like, this is backwards? Negative feelings?
No negative feelings. It's just a lot to take in.
Yeah.
It's so much stuff.
It is a lot of stuff for a beginning of a campaign.
But I'm loving it. We got the anchors and all the different locations. That's why I wanted that map to be
Yeah, I like the lore we got from the original office. That was really good.
so cool. Yeah.
And y'all got more in this office, especially with the map. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was a brilliant move, because now you know, like, you have an image of locations, not that you're completely sure what's there, but that's information that you can obviously glean as you travel. Josh? Silas, we're all good?
Yeah, I'm all good. Being able to rewatch these, because usually by the end of the night, depending on my energy level, I'm like, I know important stuff was said, but now I forget. But I just rewatch them, and then I can pick that stuff up, so that's helpful.
Yeah, it is very helpful for me too.
And so for some reason, Hosanna always picks Tuesday nights to have a rough night of sleep. So I'm usually dragging on Wednesdays.
I've had I have had caffeine, and I also have some really, really good dark chocolate sitting here.
Oh my
In
gosh.
case I start falling asleep.
Yeah.
Because I am exhausted as well. I feel you.
Must be
Yeah, me too.
caffeine. That must be nice. Must be nice to have that fucking crutch.
I have a crutch. Choose not to fucking. I'm gonna die.
Look, when your blood pressure goes up to 180 over 120, you do whatever the fuck you can to keep it away from that range.
Oh
Mine
yeah.
was
That
high.
includes
Mine was high by last appointment. You want to know what it was?
140 over 80.
126 over 186.
Over 186? What?
Or what over
Whoa.
86.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Okay.
what the fuck?
That
You're
was
dead?
that's
Yeah.
high for me.
You're dead.
Not 186, 86. It was like I was like, "Aw, that sucks." I was stressed. No, I get it. I'm still gonna give you shit because that's my job.
I'm living like a good Mormon should. No caffeine, no nicotine, no fucking what else?
Are you living by the
Nothing.
phases of the moon?
That's right.
Caffeine makes me fall asleep.
Does it? That's
No
fine.
technology on full moon days.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't take Advil. I don't take Tylenol. So now I'm a Christian Scientist too, I guess,
Whoa.
when I'm at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going everywhere, man.
Whoa, bro.
I just need to grow myself a beard and do some
Have a
stuff with my
beard.
hair and my beard. And then I
Yeah.
could be a Jewish guy too.
Yeah, the little
Do a
curls.
little yarmulke. Yeah. Do some curls. fucking A, man.
My apologies to everyone. Everywhere.
You might not know us, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, you might not know us, but I am sorry. Very
She
sorry.
apologizes for me all the time.
Really
It's a common
shouldn't.
thing.
Really shouldn't.
To those who we offend, we salute
Yeah.
you.
We welcome you and apologize in advance multiple times. Okay.
I don't apologize.
So
It's my fucking sacrifice. Fuck everybody. I'm over here suffering every time I'm tired. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. Oh, that must be fucking nice.
We're happy
Be nice
you're
to get
enjoying
some
your
coffee.
suffering, Tim.
God damn it. Be nice to. Oh, I'll go get a cup of coffee. It's fucking decaf.
That's why I pay for the live stream. I get to watch.
Damn it. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get a fucking decaf cup of coffee. I've got beans.
Yeah. Got some water.
I've got beans. He has his ear beans. Okay. So
New title for the episode, I've got beans.
I got beans. So last week, did anybody read the notes from last week?
The
So-
session notes?
Yeah, the session notes.
I did.
So
Here's
my
more of this.
recap literally says stuff happened. Like last week, that's how I recap when I put in my
Yeah, I
notes.
saw it too.
Yeah. That's how I recap, and then it
I
reminds me
love it.
that stuff happened. Okay, so
Yeah.
last week, you were on the platform in the Temple of the First Ones, not the Lost Ones. The First Ones, those are completely different people. And you had found that some of the weave had already been altered, and not only had the main weave that goes over all of Avonvon been altered, but it seemed that the smaller protection weave over Maze and Hollow had been broken in a way. Y'all did some things and worked out how to fix it. At least the crack here in Maze and Hollow. Reestablishing that connection or that protection, and hopefully stopping the affliction from happening, and maybe even allowing those that have been afflicted to start healing, though you're not real sure exactly what it is that they can heal from. And then towards the end of it, Nemu decided that he was going to repair the weave that had been changed in the mind, the way of the mind. In doing so, instead of releasing some of that power, he put the restraint back on it as it was originally. Now, in tinkering with that, as well as some other things that will come to light shortly, you ended up in the seat of the spectral of the mind. And upon entering, you kind of figured out what it is that the way of the mind can do, as Soli and Nemu were able to literally create an entire room. And then everybody else kind of like put in their thoughts or like what they think should have been here or would be here if you were the spectral of the mind. And in doing so, you found out some really cool information about the map on Avonvon, or at least in Ralios specifically. And then a door appeared after fighting some creatures from the Shatter. A door appeared, and out came Imrosi, who once was the spectral of the mind. And he tried to send Nemu to go release the prison weave, the part of the weave that is imprisoning him, and y'all were able to break him out. And so the next person who was thinking about the weave and the protection on it and having some pretty decent knowledge about what runes they are would be Ioe. And so using what
his new name is now and forever Ioe.
And pretty much constantly having to tech thoughts up, he was able to perceive that, sent you on your way, and that's kind of where we ended.
Yeah.
I believe, had anybody tried to stop Ioe yet?
So
I can't remember if anybody had used their reaction.
You didn't let us get to that point.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I think it just happened when we ended.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
It was such a
Hey,
cliffhanger.
I did good. I had thought I did that, but I wanted to make sure. Okay, so immediately as Ioe is giving these instructions,
Yeah.
you see the energy starting to surround him as he's about to cast his sand rune, which makes him move incredibly fast. And the room begins to fill with that pink golden light. So would anybody like to try and stop him?
Yes, I'm going to confuse him.
Oh,
Yeah, somehow. I don't know. Okay, so I will do my favorite text ever. Wait, or yes, wait. We have to do
Bye.
yeah.
what to do an intelligence.
Words are hard. Intelligence saving throw.
You say in 10 inches. God damn it, Ioe.
Well, that's a 13.
Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. He
Is that
just
just
save?
succeed?
you barely passed. The save is intelligence 13. In that case,
I don't know why I'm celebrating.
um
And what exactly is he trying to do?
Stop him. If he takes damage, he can make another wisdom saving throw.
No, stop him from doing what?
Breaking
Going
the
to-
seal.
Yeah, breaking the prison seal.
okay, I was
Wait.
right.
Hold on.
Do you not remember last session?
I'm gonna join Jazz here and I'm gonna be confused.
So
Okay.
you got mind controlled, and it failed. We fixed it for you, but now Huawei is mind control. Huawei is mind controlled, and we got to try and stop him.
No, not that way.
Does Nemo still feel like he's affected by it, or did he break free of it?
He did break free of it, but he is incredibly hurt and exhausted. Not
Okay.
exhaustion like exhaustion point.
I'm gonna hit him with Cold Ray of Frost.
Oh,
Okay.
I
so
like how Sully's confusion affected everyone else's pronunciation of my name.
Yeah. So do mine. So mine.
Is he still within reach?
What did you do? Oh. Sure.
Yeah.
Does 20 hit Yahweh?
Well, it would, but I'm gonna do a cloud rune.
You can't
Well,
do shit when you're fucking being MC'd, bitch.
He can. He's not being MC. He was
No.
given a command. His command was to
No.
go do something, and he's going to do everything within his grasp.
I'm
This
using
mechanic work.
and dominate person. It says I have to protect myself in any way possible.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to deflect that towards Jax.
Whoa.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh no! What is it? What is this? Jax, does a 20 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Do. There you go.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta wait an hour for my dice. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. We'll wait an hour.
It does 1 damage to you
Sweet.
and slows you for 10
Oh my
feet.
gosh, this is so good.
It slows you for 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
So
Oh
Jax,
my
you're
God.
slow.
All right, am I still able to reach him though?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
All right. I am a snake right now, so I'm gonna try to constrict him.
Okay.
Do I have to make a save on that?
First was to make sure I hit you, and that's a 20 to hit.
How long is your cloud rune active?
Just a reaction.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you have to make a. So all it says is escape DC. What is that?
So you're trying to
DC?
grapple me first, so that's a athletics versus my athletics.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I am exhausted, so that'll be with disadvantage.
Sweet.
Sweet. All right. So roll athletics, Jax.
I got
your
a
snake.
14.
A 14 for EOA.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't think I have to roll because all it says is on a hit, the creature has to make a grapple DC.
But it should
So I
be
got
a
a
first.
14.
Yeah. So
What's the save DC?
14.
So I just save.
so you make it out. You still make it out.
Well,
All right,
You still
I
take,
think-
wait, you
succeeding on
still take
everything.
damage though, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he still takes the bite
Okay.
damage.
So 1d8 plus 2.
So you can make a wisdom save.
0.
Oh, good. Perfect.
It would help if I rolled the right dice. I can't count. Where's my d? Here it is. Okay, here we go. Yes. 10 bludgeoning
God.
damage.
10 bludgeoning
Whoa.
damage. Poor EOA.
You know,
He's trying
you
to
can
do his
only
job.
strike me for 1 damage, and I can make that saving throw.
It doesn't have to be a lot of damage.
I mean, I rolled an 8 out of 8, so
Yeah.
8 plus 2.
I mean, it should knock you the.
I'm
It should
bloodied.
knock you the. Yeah. You are bloodied. I see this. Nemu is at 2 hit points, guys. Dorroos, is there anything you want to try?
Yeah, we're getting like a free round here, or just like one
It is
action,
a
or what's
it
the...
is a it's a reaction, but you can use an action to, like you can use a spell instead of using what you would consider a reaction ability.
Okay, that changes my plan. But so is Uawe still like mind controlled at this point? Can I tell?
Yeah, he's still on his way out. His rune is almost active, and that pink golden light is starting to get like deeper and deeper in the room.
Can I say something to the bad guy as I cast a spell?
Of course.
Okay, I want to say, we are not here for you, but we are willing to listen. And I hold my action. If he does anything negative, I want to cast Death's Embrace on him to try and do some damage to him to make him roll a concentration save on this spell. So if he does anything else other than talk back to me or anything positive, I cast the spell.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Sit. And he waves his hand, and multiple chairs appear. Let's enjoy a conversation, shall we? EOA. He does not release you from your...
I mean, I didn't expect him to.
He can't. It's not... Is it a constant... I don't think it's a concentration spell.
Dominate person is.
It should
Is
be.
it a concentration...
Yeah.
Unless it's a special version of it or something, but
Okay. No, it is. It is concentration. Okay. I don't know why I didn't think it was. So then, yes, he will release you as he waves into existence 5 chairs for everybody. I am so sorry to have assumed. So let's sit, enjoy each other's company, do the conversation thing. So, what has brought you to the seat of land?
we are pilgrims here. We are looking to see what is the seats of power in this land and see if we can fix some of the problems in Avon as we can.
That's good to hear.
Yes, magic is being corrupted in terrible ways, and we want to make it right again.
In what ways is that?
Well, people being mind controlled and attacked in their dreams, people being in a waking state but not really awake, like walking sleep, sort of, if this is a thing. And monsters of all kinds coming in from fractures in the weave to attack normal citizens just going about their day-to-day life. All kinds of terrible things happening, and we think it's because of the destruction and the development of the weave, or undevelopment of the weave. I don't know the word, but
Huh.
Yep, I tried to stop it by putting things right, and then we got teleported here. And I don't know why the hell we're here.
Well, that's kind of concerning. As that sounds like not
Does
that
he look disappointed?
he looks concerned. Not that I had anything to do with it on purpose, mind you. But that sounds like at least the people that you're saying are having issues. That may have been my influence of some kind. Though, obviously, I can't affect Avonvon directly. So that's a little worrying.
is this effect of you trying to escape this place or other things you are doing?
I have not tried to escape.
Can I insight check that? I feel like
Absolutely.
he's definitely trying to get out of here.
I do not enjoy
24.
being tricked like that.
I didn't. I honestly, I thought that you were here for me. I wasn't meaning to trick you at all. It was just, I thought it was my time again. Dorus, Insight 24. He was both being truthful and untruthful. What you can gather is he could say that truthfully. However, he was waiting for the chance to get out. Whether or not he was actively trying to escape is probably no, but he was waiting for any opportunity to arise. And, you know, here you are. I have been alone for far too long. My deepest apologies for being impolite. I'm sorry, I don't even know your name.
I'm Dorus, member of this various council, just here on research mission, looking for information about the powers of magics within Avonvon and Ralios.
He looks, no, he's he's just to the two that are talking to him, especially Eoe, because feels like he slighted you somehow and he didn't mean to.
Well, I've been alone a long time too, and I have manners, and I stick my sword into the floor.
Oh. Hey, Adair. I feel as though we started this relationship from the wrong angle. Let's begin again, shall we? My name is Imrosi, Grand Manipulator, creator of heroes, anti-heroes, villains, anti-villains, purveyor of destiny and dreams, and once spectral of the mind. I will make an assumption. You have met Mayamstala, if you are within the room, unfortunately. Am I correct?
What was that word?
Imstala. You have not heard this word.
I do not believe who that is.
I'm gonna show him too the note that we came across.
Oh, good.
I
Oh
just
no!
want to see.
Oh no!
I want to see.
I y'all know by now I don't have a poker face. So
Oh, good.
So first things first, you say you didn't know this word. My friends from my realm that I they may have they tried to share some past information with you or invaded your dreams. The Imstala.
We have had dreams invaded, but we have no idea who or how.
Yeah,
I mean-
we like took on the personas of like different people, and they all died except for like two of us.
Those are my.
Because we were better than them.
What are the Vexa variants?
So you have met my Imstala, As I suspected. There's only a few ways that you would be able to enter here. That would be one of them. The Vexa variants are a trigger of sorts, or a catalyst that seem to glean some kind of reaction from certain types of people with great potential. I'm going to assume that those would be you. So, who else has influenced you? And that's when he'll get the letter, or your copy of.
Hey, take a look at this letter we found. Did you write this?
He gets a look of disgust on his face as he reads through it.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
So,
I'm
arrogant.
gonna slowly put the thing back in the letter back in my, before he snatches it and burns it.
I think the real letter's gone. We have copies of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a copy, but I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. Just pure arrogance is really what it is. The work, the ages of work that we put in for the weave to even be completely thought out and produced, and everything that everybody had gained, and they just decided one day that it would be no more. But instead of just destroying the weave, you understand, they decided to... what? Put it in a box. You don't understand what this is doing to Avenvon.
The seat of land said they could not destroy it, so in lieu of this, they instead cap it, like control it.
And you believe that?
We don't know anything. We know what we see in letter, what we learn at this place. We're still learning what actually happened.
Yeah, and where'd all the dragons go?
They left far before even we did.
Oh, They left.
The
but
letters
there's
say they
nothing-
leave because magics were abused.
Well, of course they were abused. Look what you've done here already. You're telling me this isn't an abuse of whatever the influence is that you've received? Here you are trying to change the world and don't even know what it is that you're messing with.
I mean, we're just trying to fix things. I don't know if we're trying to change the world necessarily.
That's all we were doing.
Yes, the seals on the weave are being broken somehow, and we need to learn how to fix to save Ralios and the inhabitants.
Well,
What would happen if the seals were broken?
completely. Avonvon would be exactly what it was meant to be before we ever...
Screwed with it?
Yeah.
Not us, the people before us that we saw in the memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, who were those people in the memory?
The great
mean-
spectrals.
We were playing Spectral?
Which memory? Are you talking about the Vexifarians?
Oh, I don't know. We were like people and stuff, and like half of us died,
Yes.
but half of us
I
didn't.
just ask him point blank. Are you one of those who tried to take powers from gods and destroyed the land?
Yeah. Did you murder the gods?
I will admit to my part in manipulating the Io Avibrion, the bind. I shall even go as far to say I participated in the God Wars, though not directly. I did not butcher gods.
You like absorbed their soul or something?
I wanted nothing to do with it.
Oh,
It's kind of like cannibalism if you really think about it,
Did you know what happened to the Kinsen?
Who
They're
are
gone.
the Keenson?
They're
What is a Keenson?
wolf kind. Well, now that I guess there were wolves before they became conscious. I don't know. This whole thing is very confusing to me. But
A whole race has disappeared.
yes,
That is not from my way, nor my influence.
then whose way and influence would it be then?
That sounds like entropy.
yeah. What about the person that we fought? That Doru's like summoned or something?
Yes, we went to the shallows and fought a person who's manipulating the bind in terrible ways.
Nobody should be in the shallows.
Oh, they were there.
Do you know what a UNT is?
No.
Snake people. Evil snake people.
Truly.
What can
We
I
only
find?
met one. We can't condemn them all, but
That's true.
I mean, I'm just telling you stories I've heard. I mean, snakes are kind of weird, kind of creepy. They
it's
just
fucking like a
slither
true
around.
owl.
I know.
I stand behind Nemo while he says that.
You're a lizard. Calm down back there.
It seems to me that we both have a lot of gaps in our knowledge. I know not of many of the peoples that you are speaking of, as they were not in existence when I was
Yes.
last here.
It appears some great time has passed, and I do know that one of the last things that the bearers of this bind magic gave the world of Ralios was to give animal races sentience, such as myself and others. And this has been a very, very long time. in our history, so I know it's a long time probably since you've been trapped here. So my question to you is, are the other specters also trapped?
Well, many of them ascended to godhood when they went back home.
What does that even mean?
Yes, but
Like, there doesn't seem to be any left. Where do they all go? Are they like in
Perhaps-
a magical place?
Perhaps to become god, you must destroy a god.
I don't know, but what does that mean? Like, where are they hanging out? Like, is there like a throne, a golden throne, and a bunch of people singing? And like, how does that work?
yeah, worst entropy.
Yeah, is the bad ones? Are they like surrounded by skulls and like dripping blood? I mean, it just seems, I don't know. It seems hard to imagine.
Well, we all once had homes of crystal in a way. Hmm?
So they're like red crystals, the bad ones, and then like blue crystals for the good ones.
Well, in the beginning, there was no good or evil.
Oh.
Not amongst the spectrals, anyway. It was a balance.
But power corrupts, absolutely. That's what I've heard.
You sound like her.
Her, the note person.
Hmm.
What's her name?
Valdreessen.
Oh, sounds like an elf.
Well, that's what she may would have been. Hmm?
Oh, all those years of studying paid off.
I need Jax. I think just Jax. Jax has been super quiet.
He's a snake. I can't say anything.
Okay. Dorus rolled insight. So I will say Jax and Dorus, I need you to roll perception.
It's not like a perceiving like what's on his person or what's in the area or anything, right?
No, it's kind of it's an insight check, but not really an insight check. Oh.
I was just going if I can smell something on him, then it might
Oh,
be
yeah,
an advantage. But
14.
14. You're watching him as you're a snake and you can't do much else. And you notice that his eyes, as the conversation goes further and further on, and he's mentioned influence a couple of times as far as what the influences are that you carry. And he's starting to notice things. First one was yours. Was your little memory ball that floats. And then he noticed Soli's little storm. And he starts really looking at each person and slowly picking out Nemu's decanter. And then when he stares into Dorus's eyes when he's talking, you just kind of see his head tilt just slightly. And he keeps like searching Eoway. He has noticed y'all's motes of possibility.
Would he have noticed it when I was about to activate it?
I don't think he was paying attention then. Like in his arrogance, I don't think he cared. But now that he's just sitting and talking to everybody, like he sat on his throne-like office chair and he's just having this conversation with everybody. And now he's picking out little details.
I want to slither over to Soli and then
Okay.
just kind of like try to get her attention, but like use my tail to like kind of like point towards my eyes and then at him, then at my eyes, then at him, trying to get her to like notice that he's noticing stuff.
So he's just kind of waiting for half a second. And then you see a look of realization in his eyes. Vexavariance, the dreams. It seems even in my banishment, balance is still in need of me by extension. They must have been desperate. It must be significant. Quite significant. Whatever this desperation is. To have searched out heroes. They are pushing the boundaries of their divine ordinance to do so, though. I wonder what it is they know and have withheld. Did Balance share anything with you about what is to come?
Doris raises his head and says, "The arbiter of fate has sent us on this mission with very little information, but all we know is what we see happening in Aurelios currently. We wish to try to solve this."
You all possess a possibility crafted by a master.
Is that what you were staring at? Saw your eyes looking at the little storm ball that I have over here.
Yes,
Huh.
Balance did give us gifts.
Balance can't create them. CR Sayanti, you are gathering an eclectic collection of creatures. Why? You discovered. I wonder. I sit back and have to watch through the foggy vision of my Amstala, relying on them to aid in destinies. And here she is, manipulating my own creations. She
Wait,
has need of me, though won't come to my aid.
What is your Amstala again?
Those would be the mites or the creatures that you fought. Like you fought multiple
Oh.
times now. Those creatures from the
Very beginning.
yeah, you fought them a few times.
Those
Anything
things.
from the Shatter. Yep.
So they just send them to us.
Yeah, the Nightmare Mites.
Oh
He
my
doesn't seem
gosh.
to have any control. Not
Okay.
that you can tell.
Okay.
What if we were put on this path to meet you here?
Wouldn't that be interesting? Do you think Balance has such foresight?
Do you think Balance has things in mind for you or is conspiring against you?
Well, if I know anything about Balance, they have finally realized that they have made a mistake. They're going to need more than just me.
What do you think they made a mistake doing?
How would you feel if somebody plucked all the feathers out of your wings and then just let you go?
I'd be cold.
But you wouldn't be able to do half of the things that you can do now,
I mean, that is true. I'd be flapping wildly, and I'm guessing nothing would happen.
That's what
Yeah,
they
that'd be
did to
cool.
Avenvon.
It sounds to me perhaps it is in your best interest as well to let us continue our mission and fact
Yes.
find throughout the rest of Rallios to figure out what happened to the rest of Spectrals, what is going on with the rest of the weave and the caps on the bind.
Yes, is there any kind of boon you can give me? Some insight? Some power?
The bear
Somebody
question.
glance at my
This
notes.
is so meta. This is so meta.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Oh my gosh.
Wants
For
to
me,
be a
it's-
warlock?
Huh?
Wants to be a warlock?
I'm just trying to get us out of here. That's all I was trying to
Yeah.
do.
No, I glanced over. Like when I do glance over, and I just see words and text. Like I don't read
It's
anything.
in bold.
But I don't see any of that. Like now I see it. Now
Oh
I've
my
said it.
god. It's subliminal.
the fact that I said boon. Had I not said boon,
Yeah. I
it's
wouldn't have
because
said
I said boon specific.
So, EOA would know that you can leave at any time.
I don't think I want to leave. I kind of like this guy.
Unmind controlled EOA would know that.
Yes. As EOA only had to have the intent to go back to the platform, and the pink appeared. Look, originally the system of Avenvon was maintained by each of us working in tandem. CR Santee is attempting to prevent an anomaly alone. It's really what it all comes down to. This will not succeed. At least, it won't succeed without aid. Though, we cannot do so with the current restraints placed within the weave. I am unable to manipulate the weave in its current state, nor see with clarity the portions I did not directly participate in creating. This is a safeguard, mind you. So, if you were...
Oh, I just feel like I need a little more power, you know? Like, I've been level 4 for a while, level 5.
I will share with you. Oh, wait, if you mention the thing about power...
I need more talents.
Nor will you gain any more power with the current state of the weave.
Oh. Is it because I lessened mind?
No. It's because of this hold put on Avenball. CR Santee cannot do it alone. Neither can you. She has already used my creations and my way, truthfully, to get what she has already gleaned, and also you all. So, really, if any of us she has need of at this very moment, it is me. Why she didn't just come to me, I don't know. Look, you release the prison, and I would suggest that you also try to alter the weave to allow some more of, that power to come through for you. And I will grant you an ability. Not only will I grant you an ability, but I will also add it to your little possibility there. So you don't even have to worry about it.
I don't know if I'd do that.
Let's hear him out.
And your goal in this is to reach out to the other spectrals and stop Balance from taking the power to themselves.
Balance has no need for power, nor do I want to deal with the other spectrals. I am hoping that we can all do this together, without the aid of anybody else. I have no need of power. I am of everything.
Okay, of that, when he says that, like, I'm just gonna kind of tilt my head and like give him a what the fuck look. I'm gonna inside check this guy. Oh. This guy's so full of shit.
Yeah.
He's laying it on thick to try to get us to do what he wants us to do.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to be in prison in this fucking place anymore.
What did you do to get stuck here anyway?
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. Are you held against your will, or what's the goal?
They did it to everyone, didn't they? She laid it out in her letter, saying that everybody fled after they put this limit on power. And then once everybody left, they locked the door behind them. So... he really doesn't seem to have any need of power.
It just seems odd to me.
He just wants out. That's it.
Yeah.
I have a thing for this.
But the question, and you can't really ask him and ask for a straight answer, is what's he going to do when he gets out?
Yeah, that's true.
I have a mind to just ask him to remain here and stop doing what he's doing to Ralios in exchange for something. I don't know what.
He truly
I
doesn't
mean,
believe
Yank
he's
it.
doing anything to Ralios.
No, you said earlier that the
His creed.
stuff we've been seeing might be due to something he's doing here.
To his way. Not
So these
him
creatures
directly.
are not necessarily him doing it. It's just like the
Yeah.
type of magic that he's aware of is causing it.
Because there was that there was something done to the ways weave, to the way of the mind weave, and it was letting like these weird things to get through. He doesn't seem to have any ill intent. Look.
Yeah.
To end the wars, the Yankers imprisoned Avonvon and forced all of us to flee. All of us. Even though I did not directly partake in these god wars. Most were able to return to their ancestral home, resettling. Spectrals ascended to godhood, yada yada yada. I did not have that luxury. I belong to all. I guide fate. I lead people to a path to become their greatest selves. Just as you all have used my creations and the way of the mind to have come to this pilgrimage and to have met balance and be here. That is what I do. That is it. If we need more people to fight whatever is to come, whatever it is that balance saw, I would be instrumental in that.
So, can you fix the people whose brains are all scrambled?
I can
No one's
try.
brain scrambled right now. I think he dropped the spell.
No, I'm talking about the people in the valley that are all.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't completely understand exactly what has happened, but I will do my best. But I cannot do that from in here. Look, I will share with you all an ability to assist you in making wise decisions. It will be incredibly important in your dealings with people. In the coming waves, I will gather information. That is what I do. Perhaps I can find the machinations that will cause whatever is to come to come. I, as you know, have the ability to see what people are thinking, to enter dreams, to perhaps change people's path. It would be very important for me to aid you in this, and I would hate to see anything awful happening on Avonvon, as I did have quite a bit to do with it. You know?
How can we trust you? How can we know that this is not some sort of elaborate lie to get out of here
Yeah,
and cause
I need
havoc?
I need a picky promise.
We need something that
What do you ask of me, and it will be given? If it isn't
Pinky
with my
promise.
power, I'll pinky promise with you.
Can't go back on it.
I swear to aid you with all of my abilities in stopping whatever it is that's the balance has sent you to stop.
And not cause harm to the people of Avonvon.
I have never caused harm. I will not intentionally cause harm, I swear to it. Is there anything else? He seems pretty vulnerable right now. He stopped
Yeah.
with the
general
he stopped with the
insight check.
hmms.
I'm gonna say check too.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
a general insight check to see if he has good intentions.
yeah.
Got a fuck.
I don't think it's going to help because I think he thinks his intentions are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 0.
Oh god damn it, dude.
Oh my
That's my
god.
Slowly
second
got a
0 of the
5.
night.
So bad.
I don't have a nat 0. Like, I don't know
It's
how
a
that
nat
works.
1 minus 1.
I know. I will say, Dorus, that you are correct. He has no intention of causing harm. It doesn't seem to be in his nature. But once again, what is harm from a person who
transcends life as we know it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is a crapshoot. I will grant you my ability before you even leave to, and then whether or not you undo the prison, you will have this ability because you're going to need it, whether or not I am there to help you.
So you are willing to grant us time before we release you?
I will grant you the ability that I am able to. One that can go past even this prison wall.
I think we have new questions that we may ask CR Saenti before we go further. I would request you grant us time, as I say, so that we may ask these questions and fact find a bit further. And perhaps if we believe you and we understand where you're coming from, we may come back and release you. We know how to get here now.
I don't know. I think eventually it seems like we're gonna have to take sides.
Yeah, but Dorus wants to go back and talk to CNT now that he has more information and like question what the motive is there and things like that.
You assume that she will give a straight answer.
Sometimes lying gives the best answer.
Or even grant you an audience. She did tell you that what she had said was pushing the bounds of her ability to do so. So
yeah, but I assume if we release this guy, she's going to want to talk to us immediately.
Maybe.
Okay, well that's Dorus's head right now.
I think Nemu would take the chance just with the hope that he can help the people of this valley.
So he will gesture. For those that have at least a small, minuscule hope or faith in my intent, please bring forward your possibility, and I will grant you something that will help you in the future.
I want more information on dragons, but I'm gonna come over there.
Yeah, Dorus glances around the party, kind of fixes on their eyes for a second, and then walks forward and kneels by the guy. And just like stares at him.
Stares. So he will have the ability to
Big
draw.
old trunk in his nuts.
He will be able to draw the possibility out from you, which just forms that symbol, like floating, kind of like constantly shifting. The mouthing. And he will begin to very, very delicately kind of add to your possibility a spell.
Jesus. I just realized you gave us a fucking legendary item.
Just realized this?
It's like Legion all over again. We've got a legendary weapon. I've got to buff it and fucking. Oh my god.
You could be plain old DnD heroes.
Well, it wasn't legendary to begin with. It was meant to be like getting better over time kind of thing, right?
Yes, it was.
Technically, artifact.
Yeah, artifact. It's an artifact.
This is 100% a weapon artifact.
Okay, so I need Nemu and Dorus, because y'all are both proficient in Arcana and Insight. One of you can roll either one. Actually, I need at least one of you to roll Arcana.
I'll do Arcana. Oh my god, my roll is 12.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I got 11.
Whoa.
Okay, so
It's one of those Wednesdays.
Yeah, it's one of those days. So he delicately weaves this spell into your possibility. Those who have offered their possibility now have detect thoughts once a day.
Oh.
which
As
we did
as it finishes, I like to say to him, like, I think this is good. It's the very first step in trust between us.
I'm gonna try to use it on him.
You're gonna use it on him? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. Yeah.
So his thoughts that you glean immediately are of protecting Avonbon and hoping that Balance has put their faith in the right place.
Oh, it works. He seems to be legit.
Hearing that, I'll slither over and stop in front of him.
Okay.
It's Steve the Snake.
He will also add that to you. So you will have detect thoughts once a day. And he did say it will assist you in making wise decisions in the days to come. So exactly that. Soli?
I'm good, thanks. I don't really need to take thoughts. It's kind of intrusive for me. Too intrusive.
I'll present my sword with
Okay.
all its rune carvings.
Whoa, very cool.
So he will draw up the power of the sand rune and add into it. And you will also have detect thoughts once a day.
Do I learn the rune for this? Or runes?
I would say as it sinks in, it would probably change into the Vareki language, so then you would now know the rune for it. So yours would be cast as a rune versus as a spell from everybody else.
Magic compatible.
Yeah, exactly. It's cross-platform. There. That is all I can do. For now. If you deem me worthy and trustworthy, please. I await your return. Do not forget. You cannot grow in power if Avonbon is not allowed to have its full potential released. And if you are
So-
here, there are others with worse intentions trying
Yeah,
to do the
there's
same
some, like-
thing.
Some like Tabaxi that's sneaking around and messing with things we think.
I don't know what that.
It's like a little cat person. It's like all the animals woke up one day and decided to be like normal people. Like there's an elephant, and then there's a lizard, and then there's a snake, but he's not a real snake, and then there's me. You know.
I
And then
have
there's
much
cat
to
people.
learn.
Yep. All sorts of crazy shit now.
Whoa.
Sorry. Stuff.
Swear.
Stuff.
Where you are.
Stuff. I'm sorry. I get emotional.
He'll lean back in his chair, and a book appears in his hands. Good luck. Truly. I wish you all the success.
I'm gonna confer with the group too. Hey guys, you don't want to try to release him?
Oh,
He looks kind of sad there.
do you want to?
I want
going
more
down here
answers.
and
I want
open
more
it.
answers first.
I mean, I could go in there and poke around. I did it once before.
Y'all can choose to leave the room if y'all want to have a private conversation.
I don't think Nemo would. But if everybody else wanted to, I would.
Yeah, I think Doris is ready to leave. I think he asked the guy for time to fact check some of this stuff he's saying, and he wants to go potentially talk
Okay,
to the
okay.
balance again.
Did he say we could return anytime?
Yeah.
Okay.
He made it pretty he made it pretty clear that I don't know that he could, first off, I don't think that he can stop you. But that you've had multiple influences now of spectrals, that this is just kind of a thing that you can do now.
Yeah.
So with the intent of going back up to the platform, that pink golden light infuses the room, and that feeling of sudden falling, and then you are on the platform, and once again the three and Mita are just standing there.
We're back.
We were talking to one of the gods of Avonvon.
Yes.
You have gods.
Oh, he was a something. I can't think of
Yeah.
his name.
Veraki.
That is not correct, but
Please, that is.
Imrosi.
Oh,
He was a spectral of the mind.
So Mita immediately runs over to Jax. Hey, are you okay? Is everything okay? Get in. Okay. And she just kind of looks to everybody like she knows that Jax doesn't turn into animal form just willy-nilly. What happened? Okay. I think it's a good idea that we perhaps leave this place before you disappear again, and Jax gets stuck as Snake Jax because Bear Jax has been a thing in the past, and we just don't want forever Snake Jax. We just kind of look to each other and don't really have anything else to say.
I want to try to pick Snake Jacks up.
Like, his coil is probably almost as big around as you are tall.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm pretty sure he's huge.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what it says because it just says constrictor snake, and that doesn't say
it
the
should be
size.
large, not
Large.
huge.
Okay.
Oh, it does say large beast. Yeah.
Okay, so pretty close then. Yeah.
If I turn into a giant, I can wear him as a scarf.
Nice.
That's so good. So once again, you can visualize the weave. You can see the weave in front of you. The repair seems to be holding. Nemu, you know what the weave looks like that has limited the power on Avonvon. Eoway knows which runes are the prison runes. I believe it was Eoway and somebody else who had found those.
Rose, I believe.
Yeah.
Or Jax.
May have been Jax. So what is it that y'all would like to do in this very moment? Horus, how did you want to try and contact CR Sayanti?
Good question. I think now that we're out of the thing, I think I would just have a moment to like gather everyone's thoughts on this guy and whether they think he's authentic or not.
Okay.
And does that mean we need to free the rest of the spectrals, or what does this really mean if we free this guy?
I'm not freeing all of them.
I think some of them are more bad than good.
Or at least more power hungry. Well, I think he's super powerful. I guess he didn't really prove that to us, but I think he's super strong. Potentially, maybe, I think. And like, he didn't seem like a bad person, but because he does have potentially a lot of strength, that like it may backfire on us. But if we don't, maybe things will get worse. But we really don't understand anything that's going on, and then we just get poofed into a room with this dude that says he's some blah 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 of the mind. But he seems sad.
I believe we should free him from his prison.
You want to do this without even discussing with the
I'm just stating my thoughts.
balance.
I don't have a way to contact Balance.
What if you try to manipulate the column of light?
I'm confused.
What about Zane? Do we have a way to contact Zane? Little pixie character.
Coming home to the jungle and to the
Firefly.
Maybe we catch someone in town who is good like talking through distance magics and see if we can send Zane a message since we know them pretty well.
Yeah, the only thing I can do is message. I don't have sending.
So it was said that the balance of all the weaves is all connected. What if we just tried to wrap all the threads in the column of light together?
Well, last time we tried to fix the issues with the bind is caused us to go meet this person like inadvertently. Yes. I'm worried that if we, these people were locked away for a reason. The abuse of magics, of great world-bending kinds of magics, right? They were locked away for a reason. We don't necessarily know what the reason was, how bad this was, but purpose behind this, yes.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that history is always written by the victors.
Doris is still really skeptical of releasing this guy.
I think
Or any of this
Nemu is. I think Nemu is too. But I think the amount of time it would take to figure out what's going on before we. I think Nemu would too, but he's too impatient to wait.
So I'm going to list a few things real quick. That the Spectrals left when they put the boundaries on the binds, which he called Io Avibrion, which is what they called the binds. So the Io, or the binds, when Balance and the Anchors put the boundaries on it, everybody left. So you can assume that if any of them come back as the weave is now, they're still going to be limited in power.
Yeah.
There's a few things that you have come across that have been manipulated by intent. The plants coming to life here was a manipulation of intent from from the intent of bringing life to other creatures. I will say there was there's a couple of other intents, but I don't know if you've come across them yet. But it seems that the intent of Balance has the ability to make things happen. Now, could that possibly be some of the influence that Imrosi was talking about, allowing you to go there? So was it literally Balance's intent for you to be there, as you had guessed, Orus? Like, there's a bunch of stuff that can all be brought back to what was the intent of whoever it was that created or put people on certain paths. I hope that makes sense. It's just changing things with your intent versus changing things with a weave or a spell or whatever it is. It's just
Right.
putting the thought into existence, really, is what it is.
Yeah, clearly, like, I think Doris understands that he will gain, like, either knowledge or power or ability by doing this, but still doesn't trust the
Right,
fact
no.
of doing it.
No, you saw the God Wars. I wouldn't either. But you do know that as whatever the limit is put on the bind, it's not just for you. It is for every creature on this planet.
The bind also affects him, right?
Yes.
Well,
So whatever
if-
restraint is put on the bind is for you, for him. Otherwise, they would have never left.
Well, if we do release him, he doesn't seem all that powerful currently. Always just end it.
So Mundarik,
So reading all these notes that you put about him. I mean, he did try to like dominate us to get him to do his bidding.
yeah, he did apologize. He did say, "Oops, sorry."
I'm gonna turn to the three and ask them if they would release someone that might help them.
So Mundarik is already on his way. So it's my understanding that you spoke with the spectral of the mind, and if you're speaking of the spectral of the mind, I think that since that is what we are dealing with, it would be very beneficial to have somebody with such knowledge of those kinds of magics here.
I want to release him, but I don't want to do it without everyone consenting to it.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with it. I think Numu is cautious, but while there's still stuff in place, it seems like there's little, like he'd have little overall, like he wouldn't be all powerful, you know.
Jack, Sorley, what do you guys think?
I don't know. I mean, yes, that is, I don't know, and city or whatever. But
If you all
Yeah.
think I'm being too cautious, it's fine. I
No,
will
no,
go
no.
along with Groove, but I do not trust these spectrals to be the within the best mindset for all citizens Aurelios.
Do you have like a satchel or a bag that you carry with you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, under my robes, I carry like a messenger type bag.
Immerse.
I'm gonna try to like nudge myself towards it to try to like indicate that like I want something out of your bag.
What is this? Okay. So you're still Snake, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I like lift my robe up to the side where like to expose the bag and pull the flap up. What do you need, friend?
Is there a book in there?
Yeah, there's several books. There's my journal. Hold on, let me get to my.
It
There's
doesn't matter.
Books upon books.
I'm just gonna
Yeah, there's
I'm
like
just
three or
gonna
four books.
grab a book and then like pull it out and on the ground and then just start like pointing at it and like moving my head back and forth like I'm trying to read it, like saying like trying to get a like mime across that like, hey, maybe we should read, go to a library or something to find out more about this guy.
think we find answers in books somewhere. There was a big library to northwest of here.
oh yeah, weren't you talking about a lot about it? There was going to the
Yes, they
library.
have tablets that can recollect memories or not memories,
That's mine.
facts
Yeah,
from
that's-
times
that's-
past.
Oh
That's
wow.
mine. That's my library. Yes, we do have the library.
Oh,
It is
I mean,
quite extensive of the knowledge that people here have had, or even some people who have visited. But we
You
don't
think
have
there's knowledge about spectrals?
You had to have experienced it to be able to leave a memory.
How far away is it?
Yeah.
I think it was probably another like day or half day in the other direction.
Yeah, it's about a half day.
Half day.
Maybe 4 hours. No, well, you have to go all the way down.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 4
As if we survived the way down.
Oh my gosh, no.
I don't know. The temple has already gathered all the information it needs from you. So
Yeah.
We have to break the seal here, though, and I don't want to leave just to come back.
That's right. The seal.
Doris reaches into the pouch and holds up the key that he took from the place. Think this can bring us back to the office here, at least.
Okay. Yeah.
With one way, though, we can only come back. We cannot go back and forth, I don't think. Do I have that right, DM? I don't want to guess wrong.
as far as what you're guessing, it feels right. There was no information on the key. You're just making assumptions.
Yeah, I'm guessing it is key to the seat here.
What time is it currently?
I think it's still just afternoon.
What? That'll be like evening or something.
You guys have had a lot happen in the last few days.
Yeah.
I've used all of my stuff.
Yeah. Everybody has. And a couple of people are really hurt. You can take a short rest up here if you would like.
Short rest is not going to help, but okay.
Well, at least you can spend some of your hit dice. Munderick is very, very interested in this spectral of the mind, whatever that is. To him, he is one of the first ones. And if the first ones built something as wondrous as the temple and left so much knowledge behind for those who can see it, what is there to fear? And just as a reminder, Munderick is the leader of Sheer Lumen, which is her main magic has to do with the mind.
It would not hurt to visit the library, and as I said, I don't think we are in a hurry really to do this. He's not going anywhere.
Can we make it to Sheer Lumen before nightfall?
It will be close, but we can get there. It'll be dark, but you all are wondrous fighters, and I have faith that you'll be able to protect us if anything comes through. So from what I understand of what you did earlier, we may not have to worry about that anymore.
Okay. Not bad. So I guess we're gonna scale down the
Okay. So if you choose to take a short rest, you can. Just kind of study the weave as you're there if you wish.
heal.
Just in case. And as you make your way down the side of the temple of the first ones, the mesa, you can now picture what it did look like in the vision that you had. You see some of the areas where these little things are kind of poking through, where once it would have been these strange kinds of like rooms sticking off towers of all these different parts of the bind and different magics, and how it would have sat originally as you did see it as it was being covered by a mountain. It's a very interesting dichotomy of what you see now. Nothing you see is really broken. but it's just very small portions of areas and what you know was once there. And the plants and the creatures, you see them there. The grasses wave against the wind, and you see the little dragonflies and even some of the little insects that had attacked you before, but they don't seem to have any interest in you. You make your way down to the base of the mesa and make your way to Shir Lumen. Past all of the strange plants in and around the temple, the great flowers looking at you, the vines now, instead of coming down to see who you are, almost give way to you and your horses. The tree branches kind of lift, give you passage in any areas where they would have blocked or smacked you in the face. And these kinds of events fade away the further away you get from the temple and the mesa itself. And as you get closer to Shir Lumen, you start to see brilliant colors shining in the deepening sunset. There
Has
are...
it been 2 hours?
Yes.
Well, I'll be damned.
Hello, welcome back.
Do I heal my max HP from a short rest?
I don't know, do you?
Do you have some special thing that does that? Otherwise, you just use your hit die.
Yeah.
No, like I got damage from my max HP.
Oh, no,
So I'm
long
missing
rest.
Long rest.
That's right, you're missing 10 max. That's a long rest, sorry.
Me and my exhaustion.
Yep, and the exhaustion still sticks. The deep reds of these trees just absorb and reflect the most beautiful light from the sunset. Incredibly willowy grasses just seem to flourish here in these beautiful burnt umbers and oranges and golds. There's these incredibly vibrant orange flowers. They almost look like they're on fire as you make your way closer and closer to Shir Lumen. Shir Lumen itself, as you come upon the city, reflects the colors of the land around it. It is tiled in beautiful red tile. The stone that the buildings seem to be made out of have that same kind of fiery orange. Must have been ground into the clay to just bring out the vibrance in the area around it. The buildings aren't as grand as Sarentor or even what you would assume of a place where Mundarik is from. They're a little bit more simple, but beautiful in their own right. There's many different stalls that have closed up for the night, but you see multiple different colors of these reds and oranges and golds and yellows of the canopies that will be there for the next day. Beautiful like swaths of fabric between these buildings. Nothing tall, nothing ostentatious, just a beautiful small city. Mundarik will take you to what you can assume would be his manor. It's much larger than the others, and it has these beautiful sculpted landscape around it. There are no illusions here like there was in Sarentor. Everything is as you see it. The trees seem to be perfectly sculpted. These flowers grow in the perfect little, like, they look to have been tended to. Just perfect leaves, perfect stalks of blooms. And Mundarik will take you into his estate. It is the same thing in as without. Multiple flowers, plants growing in pots all the way through. You see a lot of mirrors, though, which is a little bit strange to you, as Mundarik is not what you would assume as a handsome type of man. even though he's a halfling, I don't know if anybody would have experience in understanding what a handsome halfling would look like. But there are many, many mirrors here, all at his height. And most of the people here are also halfling, mixed in with all the different races of Mesa and Hollow. But he'll take you in, and the only reason he came here is to get a key. Because the library has closed for the day as it is now dark. So he will grab the key, and he will also kind of just gesture to the kitchen, where you see fresh breads, some fruits, what looks like cheeses mixed with some herbs or flowers of some kind from the area, and a ham that has been sliced, if you are all hungry.
I'd be starving.
I'll be starving too.
Dig in.
And exhausted.
You are
Yeah.
exhausted.
I am
Everybody's
hungry.
tired.
And a drink. I want a nice cool drink.
There would be cool water out.
Okay,
But he
cool
can
water.
he can have some tea made, but Jax
Yeah.
has his friend. If anybody wants some special tea, there's quite a
yeah.
few different tea blends and herbs here. If you would like to pick and choose, or if you would like to
Yes.
let your little tea weird pick and choose.
I want
Oh,
something sweet.
I'm definitely gonna pull him out and be like, "All right, little buddy, let's see what you can do. Have at it, buds."
So
Could I-
he's like, go ahead.
Could I have collected some flower samples on the way here?
Yeah, absolutely. These are not sentient, so they should be okay.
Don't you scream at me.
Yeah. So your little tea weird is like at a buffet and is just going crazy. You don't know what he collects, but he floats from like each little container. It's like these little bowls that are set out, and grabs a few things and just begins like happily bubbly brewing. It is a very earthy chamomile type tea with like a nutmeggy underflavor. It's a good evening tea.
Well, I'll be damned. This is pretty good. Nice job, buds.
When the herb book starts trying to grope you seriously. He's very proud of himself as he just kind of like does this little thing. But he can make tea for everybody. Not cold, but there's cold water available.
Yeah.
Everybody can eat. The three go off to a side room to have a meeting away from everybody as everybody is distracted. And if there's
Cast
nothing,
detect thoughts.
you're gonna cast detect thoughts.
I don't know what the range is on that.
Add it up.
If I can cast it through walls or something.
Any creature you can see within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, any creature you can see within 30 feet.
And I've cast it before they went in.
Who exactly are you casting it towards? Who first?
Since this is Mundrick City, I'll do him.
Mundrick. On the very forefront of his mind is a very specific library stone or memory stone or what, like a book stone or whatever they would call them. I don't remember what I called it before. That holds information that could be damaging. And also excitement about a first one being here and the possibility of meeting one.
Is first one's just another name for specters?
For spectrals?
Spectrals,
Might be-
yeah.
might be.
Well, the first ones were just the people that used to live here.
Who created the temple?
Yeah, I assumed it was the seats, but maybe I was wrong.
They just called the first ones, that was just what they called the people who created the temple. So it made that the spectrals would be the ones who could create such a thing.
So my idea for the spell was just like have a one-sided conversation hearing.
Yeah. So unless you want him to know you're doing it, you can't delve further. But you can switch it to somebody else.
I have to be able to see them though, right?
Yeah, but this is like a split second. So you can kind of go through everybody if you wish.
Yeah, I'll do a round, and then as they're having the meeting, I'll just do Mundrick.
Okay. So Balarin of the Light Weavers is concerned. He feels like you all have done what you were destined to do here, which was protect the people of Mazent Hollow, which is what they are supposed to be doing. And he wants you to leave. He doesn't want... He likes his stability. He likes this illusion of perfectness in Mazent Hollow. He's hoping everything is fixed and that you'll just politely get out. Bruvar of the Shalebinders is very uncertain as to the leadership abilities of the three. He feels like he has failed, and to have relied on outsiders is to have failed the people of Mazent Hollow. And if bringing this spectral or first one back to their home, which is what he's thinking, would aid in that, is it the right thing to do? And then as the meeting starts, I'm gonna make a
They
wisdom saving.
they go out of sight. Does it stop working?
Oh yeah,
It
probably.
lasts for 1 minute
Yeah, but they have to be within sight.
to cast it.
Yeah, that's true, to cast it. So you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. So you still have to be able to see them. So you can try to keep them in the line of sight.
Well, are they going behind closed doors?
No, they're just going into a separate room.
Well, time to fail horribly at stealth.
You just sneak up against the door frame and like
Yeah,
stand there.
yeah. I just like be super like nonchalant, right?
Nonchalant lizard man standing at the door.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
big
yeah.
deal.
I'm just
Nobody noticed.
standing here. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like take a turkey leg or something with you to chew on while you're standing there.
I just
Yep.
take a bowl of popcorn, crunch.
So do you want to try and do this quickly? Because he's going to know immediately if you probe deeper.
I'm not trying to probe deeper. I'm just trying to get like,
Oh, surface thoughts?
yeah, like
Okay.
basically whatever he's saying, he's probably thinking of what he's saying.
So
For a minute at
everybody's
least. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody, like, the conversation is very quickly what everybody's thoughts are on whether or not to persuade you to do either or. Mundrick is 4, and at the forefront of his mind, he is trying to figure out if you decide not to, if they would be able to do it. To release the prison.
Yeah.
Balarin immediately says, this is a mistake. Nothing needs to change. And all of our visitors need to go. It is not the right time to have pilgrims here, and it has just messed everything up. At that comment, Mundrick immediately thinks back to the stone. And how, just once again, how he has made a mistake. Bruvar cannot decide. And immediately in Mundrick's mind, he's trying to figure out, like, as your spell fades, he's trying to figure out how to manipulate Bruvar using things like detect thoughts and also friendship and multiple other spells of the mind to convince him to be on his side, because that would be 2 out of the 3. And that is as the spell fades, he's trying to figure out how to bring Bruvar around.
Which one was that? Trying to do it?
Munderik of Sheerlumen, where you are.
Do we have team? This is a very good team.
Yep.
I guess I'm
cheese,
just
bread.
gonna. This is probably a horrible mistake. I'm going to walk in and just comment on how using mind magic might not be the best way to convince your friends of doing stuff.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick break.
Whoa, that's epic.
As Munderik
Yeah.
swiftly turns to you and just jaw drops.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh man.
We'll be
Yeah.
right back, because I didn't realize what time it is, guys. I'm
Whoa.
sorry. I'm going to stretch.
That's alright.
Get some
Me
blood
too.
flowing.
Yeah.
Like I
What
said,
the
this was a
fuck?
horrible mistake, but
It
let's go
might be a
for it.
horrible mistake.
I was driving to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and it was just as I entered Tennessee that I lost all memory of what I was doing for 2.5 hours. So it wasn't like it was an everyday drive to work or anything. It was a whole new area in the middle of the night, and yep, no recollection.
Yeah.
Got a
Is
cat nap
kind
while
of-
awake.
Kind of unrelated, but have you seen Severance? It's a show.
No.
So basically, people go to work and their minds just forget everything that happened at work. They split themselves in two. There's their work selves and their outside of work selves.
I wanted to say I saw a trailer for that, and I really wanted to watch it. It has John Turturro. Fuck double R's. I love that man.
It was
I
a
might
really
watch that
interesting
tonight.
show. It's on Apple TV.
That's a similar concept to an older show called Dollhouse. Did anybody watch that?
Mm-mm.
So essentially, if you had a like criminal record or something, you could get it wiped by joining this Dollhouse service, where basically they download everything that is you onto a hard drive. So for you, all you know is like, okay, going under, snap, and then it's however many years later. But while you're in the hard drive, your body gets rented out by people, and they can be like, well, I need a date to go to this gala. I want her to know a lot about art and think I'm really funny, and they'll program that customer's person into your body, and then there's a handler that makes sure they don't do anything they shouldn't with your body, but then your body goes out and does stuff while you're downloaded in a hard drive.
That is just disgusting.
It was
On
a
so
really
many levels.
interesting show.
No, I'm sure it sounds really, really interesting, but it's just a disgusting concept. Like, think about that. Really, really think about that. Like, your body is being hoarded out without your knowledge of what is going on. That's fucking crazy.
And you just gotta trust the company to keep your body safe for however many years.
No.
I'd be cool doing it if they made my body look like fucking badass, you know?
Well, that was one of the episodes that was nuts because they thought everything was legit, and the guy wanted like, oh, the survivalist lady who's really good in the woods, who knew how to track and stuff. And it turned out he lied to the place and wanted to hunt a human, but wanted it to be hard. So he gave her all this technical ability to be able to survive while he hunted her.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking disgusting. Okay.
But great entertainment.
Oh, for sure. It would be something I would watch. That is something I would watch.
Yeah, I would. I mean, spent half the day watching Jeffrey Dahmer. After the first like 30 minutes of that shit, I was like, I'm fucking walking away from this. I can't do this crap. It's fucking nasty.
If you don't have the stomach for that kind of stuff, do not watch Dahmer. It is awful.
It was terrible. It's not even the stomach. It's just like
The mental fortitude for it. It
no,
is the mental fortitude. Like it's disgusting. I watch a lot of true crime stuff.
It's the ability to separate your emotion from the facts.
Yeah.
And that's why I would have been like, I'm too empathetic with stuff like that. So I see like a person and all these people going through this stuff and like the way he was treated and all this shit going on. And it's just like, it's like an empathy overload. And I just can't do it. I can't separate. I can't look at it from a scientific perspective.
So
Like that's why I would have been a terrible fucking psychologist, right? I would have been a total shit show all the time.
yeah, it's
But I
it's
just can't
bad.
watch that kind of stuff. It makes me super fucking depressed to watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah, same reason why I can't watch realistic war movies. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm fine watching make-believe superheroes and whatnot, but if this is like Saving Private Ryan type stuff. I'm like
Band of Brothers or something.
knowing this is what
Mhm.
people go through because governments like money. It's like I can't watch this.
Band of Brothers was very hard for me to watch. So like Saving Private, I see what you're saying, which is strange because I can watch things like Dahmer and be okay for a really long time. I do have a breaking point, but anyway.
Yeah, I
On
almost
to-
left the theater watching American Sniper.
Yeah, I can see that.
Anyways,
On to happier
back
subjects.
Yeah, back to our fantasy world. Yay.
Back to mind controlling topics.
Back to mind controlling topics. So, anyway, you walk into this room, you saunter into this room, and you say manipulating people's minds isn't the best way to get what you want or something.
I wasn't referring to anyone. I was just saying it blatantly.
But Mundrick turns to you and his jaw drops. The other two just kind of look at you like, how dare you interrupt our meeting? And oh shit. Oh, here it is. Ruvar, is there something we can help you with? What can I do for you?
I think you could help yourselves in not doing things you would regret later.
And what is it that you think that we would regret later?
I just kick Mundrick under the table.
He
Oh, you're at the table now? Okay.
Yeah, if you sit down at the table, they're not going to stop you from sitting at the
No,
table.
I'm not sitting down. I'm just
Oh, yeah,
standing.
just kind of nudge him. Well, now that you're here, I think it would be beneficial for us to have a first one on Avonvon, not just here in the Hollow. They created wondrous things, and from what we can tell, did wonderful things for Avonvon and beyond. And I just think that it would be a really good idea. And that's Mundrick just kind of like head down talking. Ruvar sits back, crosses his arms. Look, I think that if we have a chance to bring a first one back, we should. Though I am concerned about the consequences of such things, because the feats that we believe that they were able to do have not been able to be done in ages in written history. He looks over at the table and he kind of has this look of fear. What becomes of all of us if a creature or being who could create the temple of the first ones suddenly appears? Balaran will... No, you don't know that for sure, but that's just what they believe. That's their belief system.
We don't know that for sure. We don't know that these people, that they actually built that temple, right?
Balaran will kind of call over for everybody to join, if you want to join the table, join the conversation.
All of us?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not that
I'll go
far.
over there.
Doris makes a show of bringing his teacup.
Peeky up.
I believe this first one has good intentions, if that's what you're concerned about.
It is one of my concerns for sure. We really know nothing about them. All we know is that we are destined to protect Mazent Hollow. That destiny was put forward, what we believe, by the first ones. The ruins here are just full of magics and all kinds of things that we don't understand that is far beyond us. It can be beneficial to everything and everyone if those kinds of things was to be brought back. Think of the state of Rallios. We have these settlements, and not here in the Hollow, but elsewhere, the peoples are put in these places called displacements, I believe is what we've heard of them called, and they're awful and disgusting. There's peoples here who don't have a true home. They're just sent to the outskirts of society, and they don't want to be here any more than people want them here. We don't have a problem here in the Hollow, but if there were beings out there who could fix these problems, is it not beneficial to us here in the Hollow, Rallios, and beyond into Avonvon even, to have them here?
Well, first off, there was a major issue when they were all around, in that some of them actually absorbed and cannibalized themselves. Secondly, there are wards and safeguards in place to where they wouldn't have nearly the power that they had before. So if you're expecting these beings to just pop into place and fix all the world's problems, that's what we're here for, not them.
Mundrix smiles.
That's it. That's all I've got. Sorry.
See, Valorant? It's they won't have the power to cause harm and chaos any more than we have the ability to stop. It should be fine, really.
Well, there's nothing to say that somebody won't find a way to break those safeguards. And with them around, there'd be no stopping them, so there is that. But I don't know. I just think it's the right thing to do, to release the ones that seem like they're on our side, but there are those that are not. These first ones are not benevolent gods. They have agendas, and that's something that we should take into consideration before we let all of them free.
And also do, and I shift my weight to towards Nemio, and hold my cup still right by my mouth. And also consider this first one that we met is the Spectre of the Mind. Is very keen on affecting people's minds and changing people's opinions of things. He's probably very good at this. He's been trapped away for a very long time as well. We don't know his exact motive. We only know what he tells us. Could be good, could be bad. We don't know.
It is a little suspicious that the first impression he had was to take over the minds of two of us. It's a little concerning.
And
It is
painful.
very concerning, yes. And I can attest to the despicable condition of these placements, in Torah at least. And I guess a lot of them is angry, and they take on that frustration that they're not welcome anywhere by pretty much destroying part of the Philly fields for survival. I mean, much as I'm angry with them, with these humans, I on the other hand understand that where else can they go? They have nowhere else to go. So, but it looks that over here seems to be like the safe haven for humans.
Well, I mean, just think about it, right? If this first one was allowed to be free, and his initial action is to change people's thoughts, why wouldn't he be able to change the thoughts of those who make those from Phenovis outsiders? Maybe he will make them think that they're part of Avonvon, which they are now, and maybe be able to change the thought patterns of those from Phenovis to be more respectful and try to, be more adaptive to their new situation, just like those of Chris here are.
I don't think if these beings were brought back, I don't think they should be used for any worldly gain, in the sense that I wouldn't expect them to change people so that they fit some political agenda. I mean,
I think they have their own motives, and they will only change people to meet their own motives.
I agree,
Yep.
but I also think there is a lot we could learn from them, potentially. But I don't know. It's a risk either way. If we don't do anything, then we have to figure it out for ourselves. If we bring them back, we'll have hope or help. And I asked one of them to help with the mind stuff that's going on with people, or the mind guy, the mind man, whatever his name was.
Is the afflicted?
Yeah, the afflicted. So, but I also changed something with the magics, and it may have helped the afflicted already.
Well,
Oh, we lost it.
Under my breath, I'm just gonna be like, "Or made it worse."
I know you guys deal with a lot of those I believe it's runes that you guys call it. I seen them on the building with Dorus, and I know you like to find them in the ancient places. Are there any runes like that that can like disable people's magical abilities, or at least protect you from letting them get inside your brain?
Not that we have knowledge of.
Maybe we can figure it out, because that could be a cool contingency for this fella. Like, hey, we're gonna let you out, and you gotta earn your way to not be in like this room that keeps you normal. Or at least the people who hang out with them wear like helmets or hats that keeps them out of their heads. I don't know.
And foil hats. So Balaran has been quiet this whole time. And he's gonna decide to speak up finally. Well, if you fixed the if you fix the problem that can cause the affliction, then we don't need him. Right?
There's still the problem of the monsters coming from the hills and the corruption of the magic seals.
And also, he said he knew nothing about it. So why would somebody of his power and abilities not know anything about something affecting the mind?
My feeling
clearly
is
more
someone's abusing his powers.
Well, and the magical thingamajiggy that I fixed was knocked out of whack. So somebody knocked it out of whack.
Well, if somebody is abusing his powers, then who better to stop them than the person themselves that is in charge of that kind of magic?
Have we taken a second to like update them on the whole vision that we had and the reason that the magic people were sealed away, or the magic was sealed away so long ago? All this stuff.
Are we breaking to the fact that were created by the first ones?
Oh no. Are you going to share that information?
Oh no.
Oh no, don't do that.
Are you going to share that information?
Well, they're also not all humans, right? They're also animal races, yeah?
All of them. So you have a bugbear. You have a halfling and a furbolg. So the halfling is native to Avonvon, so it would have also been created. So it depends on how far you're going to go. If you're just going to talk about the God Wars, that's okay.
Yeah, I want to talk for just 30 seconds about the God Wars, how they had all this great stuff before. Yes, it was amazing. We had floating cities and blah, blah, blah. Then people came through and they were abusing the magics. They actually took powers from the gods, tried to destroy the gods, and they the magic was unable to be destroyed. The weave was unable to be destroyed. So instead they sealed it. And as part of that, I'm guessing this first one was sealed as well. And that's why the magic must be sealed away forever.
But did you actually see this first one? This person that you spoke to? As part of the God Wars?
Spectral of the Mind. Yes, we spoke with him.
But did you see him in the vision, partaking in these God Wars?
No, I believe we saw through the eyes of another.
And you didn't see him specifically devouring gods. Nor he told you he wasn't part of the war directly.
Well, I would say that somebody of the mind would be silly to take up a sword. Seems like somebody of that ability wouldn't need to do that if they're any good at their job.
Would you be interested in perhaps sharing your knowledge and adding it to our library of the vision that you saw?
I will.
Yes, of course. This must be public record.
I don't know about public record, but making a book would be cool.
Look, that's a lot to take in. So,
how does this work? Do you like take a string out of my head?
yes, exactly.
We have the letter. I would offer him the letter as a kind of gift of information, right? And then if we can, I don't know how we do the memory. Like we can't transcribe it. We don't have the rock anymore, right?
True. So I will say at this point, y'all are walking and talking over to the library, which is not far from Mundrick's Manor. He will unlock the library and allow you in. And he will show you how it is that they transcribe into these stones. It is the memory spell where it's like a thread that they draw out and they place it into a stone tablet of kinds. And then some of the stones are transcribed and actually made into books because the stones themselves cannot be copied once it's done. This is how we do it. And it would be beneficial, I believe, to see everybody's point of view of this, though I will not push for everybody to do this. And
they're gonna find out eventually.
I mean, I'll definitely do it.
Bruvar.
Also, could we sleep before heading here?
Yeah, of course. If y'all want to take a long rest, that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go to the library in the morning. I agree with that.
Okay.
Like we can have this conversation in the pub or whatever as we're
Yeah. It would
discussing
be in
all.
Mundrick's estate, yeah. He would have many guest quarters, specifically when the three visit, and then extra guest quarters for you all. May not have a room
I was
each, but
looking
it'll
at the
be.
letter. I don't think we learned from the letter that the animal species were given sentience, right? It was from the memory of the stone,
It was
right?
from the memory. Yeah.
So I would purposely keep that tidbit of information out of everything,
Okay.
unless everyone else disagrees with it. And when we go to bed for the night, I'll kind of like question everybody about it. We should
Okay.
let that be known or not, because it may change people's feelings, right?
Yeah.
I think Nemu's point of view would be like everybody came from somewhere, so I don't know if I would feel slighted by it. So for me, I don't think it would be irrelevant. Like for me, like whether you were, you know, created the way that the people were created or it was some other entity, like it wouldn't matter to me. In the end, it seems like we're just basically newer variants of life on this planet, really. And to some extent, we're improved. New and improved versions of sentient life.
It's basically evolution, but we just skipped a large step.
Yeah.
Doris doesn't see it that way, and he wants to cover it up because he feels like people that abuse the magics gave us sentience, and we like wouldn't be here without that abuse, and that's like a negative in his mind.
Interesting.
From someone who can speak with experience, if there's information that needs to be said, it should be said. Otherwise, withholding stuff and having gaps in one memory, well, it's a sinking feeling. And they should really know. They should know the truth.
Are they ready for the truth, though?
Yeah, but I mean, just because there were bad people that did something that something good came out of, it doesn't matter because good prevailed from it. And that's the matter of the fact.
Hopefully they'll see it that way.
I would give the full record.
I respect y'all's opinions, but it is difficult for me to admit that, you know, my species, my race, are not from creation, but from magical means afterwards.
Well, I mean, it's not really where you came from, it's what you created afterwards. You created a great culture.
Because it may have been thousands of years since this time, but still, it is it draws a question into meaning of life when you are not necessarily created by greater being, but some guy with magic wand, you know.
I'll put my hand like on his leg, and I'll just kind of say, you know, Doris, you need to let go of your pride. He's trying to sound mature, like something his parents would have said. You know.
I see your point. This is not necessarily pride, but shame, but it is the same animal.
No, I think it will blow my mind if I wasn't human. That I would just.
Yeah, Doris is like feeling shameful that he's created by magic, and he's not. In his mind, he's not a real being, right?
Yeah, some people might not process it well or take it well. I don't think it's a matter of pride.
But you are right. It is the right thing to do to show truth. That is true.
Yeah.
Maybe we give it to the three and they decide how to distribute it.
I think that's reasonable.
I think the three have agendas just like everyone else in this plane.
So
I'm trying to think. I keep going back to like real life scenarios where if like, at least me personally, if it came out that, you know, we were from some, you know, life that came from some comet, from some alien planet, and that, you know, there was civilization before us, I'd be fucking thrilled to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like an origin now. It's not created by magic or anything, but it's like, it's still.
Science is magic.
Magic.
Yeah, I was about to say,
until it's proven otherwise.
Science in this world is magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying though, is it's like, if science is magic, and that's kind of like to your point, really, if science is magic, then he just sees this as another evolution of life.
Yeah,
on
I mean,
the planet.
look at different breeds of animals. Some of them were made by people to like create a specific hunting dog, and now it is a very prominent breed.
German
It
Shepherd.
doesn't make it any less of a dog just because it was man-made, man-developed. It wasn't
Except for
naturally
pugs.
made.
Yeah, pugs are a mistake.
Or bugs.
But yeah, for sure, German Shepherds, beagles, all of the hunting dogs, really.
Yeah,
The
they
herding
fine-tune
dogs.
those things.
Yeah.
Every dog that's not a wild dog.
Well,
Basically.
I mean, you have some
Cats
dogs
as
that
well.
are. Yeah.
A lot of
difference,
animals, though.
the difference in my mind is the sentience piece. Like, of course, there were elephants before they were sentient. There were
Right.
other species, hedgehog people, and everything else that were doing their thing before they were made sentient, right? Like, the sentience factor is empathy and sympathy and the ability to feel for other beings besides themselves and make decisions and do things to make tools and make, you know, technology and all this stuff. Like, there's so many things that go into sentience, and to
Count
find out
animals
that
as
that
sentient,
has
I
been
just-
created rather than just evolved is like
Yeah.
a mind exploding for him.
Yeah.
Would be
I
for me
count
too.
animals as having sentience. They just gained a higher understanding of things.
Yes, but it was very test tubey. So I understand. For if I was in Dorus's position, I would feel the same way. I would feel that my life didn't have as much meaning as those of even Phenovis. So
Yeah,
yeah.
he said his piece, and he agrees with you that truth is the best option. He just doesn't feel as good about it as maybe you guys do.
Well, but the creators had to be created too. Then like, everything's created at some point, right? So
Yeah.
Maybe,
Follow
or we
that
all
train of thought.
from fucking lichen on a rock.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you follow the train of thought of creation, right? Like
Who created? Yeah.
whoever created the creator, who created the creator, who created the creator. I mean, you just keep going.
Can you imagine if you told a human that animal races weren't like evolved, they're created by magics? Then there would be a whole new set of racism against
Yeah.
actual beings versus created beings, kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it'd be a whole thing, right?
It would be.
I'd say that already exists, but I'm not going to go into detail.
So
All right, sorry,
the-
I'm taking too much of a side trip.
No, you're fine. Just before we get into those gray areas that are not just thought experiments, it is a great thought experiment, and
Yeah.
this is y'all are living and breathing it within Avonvon.
Yeah, we're saying this as I'm like falling asleep in bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're having those those half asleep philosophical conversations.
Those are my
Yeah.
favorite. Those I
Yeah.
used to love having those.
You guys think the moon's made of cheese?
Maybe.
Best tasting cheese you've ever tasted.
Very cold cheese.
Okay, so you all sleep incredibly peacefully.
Yeah.
You don't feel the waving in the vines. You don't hear the chant. It is peaceful. It is quiet. You hear no alarms. There's no fighting, though. No, Sherlumen is on the on the base of a mountain. And you wake up finally refreshed. For the first time since Vex of Variance.
That sleep was not good either.
No. So the night before Vex of Variance, assuming everybody had a great night the night before.
I did.
So you all awake to the smell of some kind of bread,
Oh, I'm going there.
and it is an herb bread, as you can probably surmise now that many of the grasses and that kind of stuff in this area are all herby.
Yeah.
So you have honey butter, herb bread, eggs, and there's no meat this morning though.
So I have a question for you.
Fruit.
Do we know? Is there any known history of where elves and dwarves and humans and stuff came from? Is there any historical? Because I think Nemu would keep going to Dorus with whatever information he could find about just to try to make him feel better.
So as far as elves go, there are very, very few elves on Avonvon. They chased the Drig to Phenovis, and then they were trying to pass off their problem onto the humans. From what the understanding is, though the few elves that have been able to give their recollection of the story say that that was not how it was. They were under the understanding that the planet that they were chasing the Drig through was uninhabited, and then the humans found a way to get off of Phenovis and found Avonvon which their magics were not as perfected as the elves. It was a different type of magic. And that's how they all ended up here. But there were not many elves that stayed. Those that couldn't flee back through the portals before they closed, as portal magic does not work on Avonvon because it is too high of a level. Were stuck here, but they stay private. So there isn't much known about them really. Humans, dwarves, gnomes. There's a lot of other races that we had decided came from Phenovis. No, halfling is from here. Halfling is like a animalistic type of halfling. Their creation stories, they still had gods before they came here. So they have lost connection with their gods as they came over to Avonvon. So their creation stories include gods, think Christian stories, or the gods created them from their own thoughts for their own means, or just to have people to worship them, or brought them from their own planets, whatever it looks like. Just depends on the god, whoever it is that they think happened. Some believe in evolution. So it's a variety of different belief systems. Take all of the D&D pantheons and all of the human pantheons, and you have what would have been Phenovis. Now Planet of Drake, apparently. Maybe. So you awake in the morning, you have breakfast, the three will take you to the library, rewind, cut, copy, paste what I said before about the memory thing. Dringistic Park. As you all sit down and discuss with the three about the memory and how this all works, Munderick will be bringing out a few tablets. Now, when I say tablets, they are definitely created by the Shalebinders, which are able to magically manipulate natural materials, stones, clays, that kinds of thing. It is beautifully ornamented and has striations of different crystals, natural minerals within it. It's not just like a stone tablet. This is something that has been magically created by the Shalebinders for this very specific purpose. He will lay out 5 tablets and have Bruvar magically etch within them your names, the date, and also Temple of the First Ones. And we'll begin with whoever decides to go first. I'm going to assume it's Nemu because he seemed very... So he has you close your eyes and focus on that singular event, singular memory.
No, I can't close my eyes. I'll fucking fall asleep. I'm sorry. I tried.
Okay. So he
I'll keep one eye open and one eye closed.
His words
Good
begin
balance.
to kind of like turn into this almost chant, and it's hypnotic in a way. And he begins talking to you about the event, telling you, or like asking questions but not expecting an answer, just to kind of bring up more details of the memory. And everybody watches as he draws out a brilliant white thread that's smoky almost in appearance and kind of moves as he draws it out. And Nemu, you feel it being drawn out, but it remains as well within your mind. Now, memories are strange things.
Control C, Control V.
Yeah, memories are strange things. As the more times you recall a memory, the more it changes from when you originally experienced that event. So
that's how history books get so screwed up.
Yep. So he draws it out and places it into this tablet, and you see the mineral striations and stuff kind of absorb the energy from the spell. And he says a few words over the small tablet, and all of the energy in it settles. but now it has a very slight glow to it. And he will go through each of you and do the exact same. Jax and Soli, wisdom saving throws.
He ain't fucking touching me.
Yeah, get away from me, please.
Y'all are doing it?
No. I've already had my head
Yeah.
fucked with once. I ain't letting anybody near it again.
Yeah, no
Fuck
thanks.
this. Fuck your magic. I'm out.
Doru seems really confused by this because it's a library and he wants the information to be available to everyone. So he's like, "What do you mean? This is not to fuck with it. This is to get your memories into public record."
My memories are my own, man. What
Yes.
little ones I've got
The
left. are
problem with
mine.
what you say is other people cannot see what we see, what we saw.
They can get it from Nemu's memory. They don't need mine.
I mean, he was a snake, so maybe he doesn't remember much. They're not exactly super intelligent creatures.
Are they having us transcribe just the memory stone stuff that we saw, or the entire experience, or the meeting with the guy, or what are we transcribing?
At this very moment, it is the memory of the seat or the Anchor of Lands event from the stone.
Yeah, the stone.
Yeah.
Did you reveal the part where people are made from magic?
Nemu would have for sure.
Animal races are made from magic.
Yeah. So I know Nemu was going to. Yue and Dorus, are y'all still on board?
Yeah, Doris is on board. Bark, bark, bark. He wants to
Sorry.
share. He wants to share what he saw after talking to everyone. He wants to
Okay.
share it all.
Why does your memories have dogs in it?
I know. This is a pack of wild dogs.
Those were the gods
Don't
dying.
remember that part.
Yue, you still on board?
Yeah, I'm not going to hide anything though.
Okay. So we now have 3 memory tablets with 3 different recollections of the same event. And they're Bruvar seems a little concerned. So does Balarin. This would be mainly to Jax and Soli, as y'all are not participating, but I'm going to assume that y'all stay and ensure that your friends are safe.
Definitely, yeah.
Mundarik is very much in the moment. He is very focused on his magic and what it is he is doing. However, Balaran and Bruvar both seem a little concerned. Not for your friends, but they're just listening and watching Mundarik. But they will not say anything. There's nothing to be said from them at this very moment. So the tablets have been created. The 3 will go through the tablets one by one together. And Mundarik is getting more and more excited with each viewing that he has. Bruvar he looks like he's settling into a truth. Balarin has a lot of concerns. A lot of concerns. So as they're done, Mundarik literally looks like he's euphoric. Balarin will immediately start asking questions. So this is what you saw. Why is it that these spectrals decided to kill their gods? It was just for power, for hunger. But from that point of view, it didn't seem that this what did you call it? Imrosi?
Yes,
Did it-
Morosi.
He didn't seem to be part of that that event. There was there was war like and chaos like and but nothing of the mind that I saw. So
Not all
so
the
it-
specters agreed on the same outcome to this war.
So at least that for me, and at the moment, settles that part of it. But the powers that the abilities that were available on Avenvon at that time is frightening. If you were to manipulate this weave that they created, would that amount of power be available again on Avenvon? That was unnatural. That is an unnatural level of ability.
Yes, many great things, but many terrible things also possible.
If somebody else is manipulating this, is it possible to that it can only be released a little bit and not it seemed that it was empowered almost, that what they had originally created drew more power here, literally brought the gods down. Is that a possibility again, or would it just be like a balance of power if that was to be manipulated more? I don't see how that would work. Do you see what I'm saying? It's disconcerting as far as that level of power. Avenvon is not ready for that. We, in our history, from what I understand, which is hard to digest, I'm just going to leave it as a fact for now, is that we have never had access to that kind of power. Can we even handle that level of knowledge? We were not created to, and he just kind of shakes his head as he says the word, to use that.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, that's why the safeguards were put into place. You'd have to kind of destroy the safeguards, right? I mean, I'm looking at the note again. There's a lot in this fucking note.
There is a lot said and not said in that note. I'm sorry. And it will be a piece of information that you can pretty much use all campaign.
So, from what I understand, that magic kind of crosses everything. It crosses all planes, it crosses all worlds. When it got out of control, it brought creatures from, I'm guessing, potentially other planes and worlds to this one. But they were, the ability to manipulate it was hidden and scattered, it said. So I'm kind of reading through my note again in front of me. Like I have this note on me all the time. It's like my favorite little note.
Munderick dives right back into the tablets. He doesn't even talk yet.
So while he does that, Dorus leans forward on his staff and sighs and says, "Yes, this is also the question we have. Whether it is worth releasing spectrals from a time past when great power like this was possible. Is it worth releasing again? We don't know this. Whether people can handle or not."
What if we just destroy the entire weave? Ruvar is now talking. He seems a little angry.
Oh, by the way, that temple was called the Seat of the Land.
If you read here, it says, "We tried to destroy this. People with greater power than any of us tried to destroy this, but could not. So instead, they create seals to limit it, to keep it from breaking barriers." Yes.
Well, so if we can't destroy it, is there like a reset that we can do, or can we just not us? We don't. That would be all of you.
I think I'm just gonna interject here before this goes too far. I think the best way to
I got their accents mixed up.
I think the best way to protect the planet is to understand the ways. And if we understand them, we can protect them. But right now, it's possible that anything and everything that's on the same path we are, and potentially ahead of us, could find a way to recreate or remake the ways, and then we would have no control because we'd have no way to stop it.
Well, then I say that we all agree on in what direction this should be allowed and beat them to the punch. If we can do, if you can alter or change this weave in the ways that best benefits Avonvon before somebody else does something that only benefits themselves.
Yeah, I think what best benefits Avonvon is for it to stay the way it was.
Now or before?
Now. Well, before all the crazy shit started, stuff started happening.
But you're saying that somebody's already changing it.
I'm saying we're behind whoever is changing it, and we need to figure that out. We need
Let's not
to
use
figure
word
out
changing. Let's not use word changing. Let's use word corrupting.
corrupting or manipulating.
Only bad things have been changed, correct? Nothing good has come from changes.
We don't know, really. I mean, yeah, I would imagine that changing the weave based off what
I've
this
not
note
heard
says-
stories of people with cancer getting better or people with blindness suddenly seeing. I only hear stories of afflicted and creatures from mountains coming to eat people. That's all I hear.
That's true. And that's concerning because it sounds like somebody's trying to piece together the ways again and try to find them and recreate them. Because if that kind of stuff is happening, potentially whatever is causing it is not from this plane or this world, and that means that they're close, much closer than we would have wanted to potentially accomplishing their goals. And we're still sitting here not understanding anything that's going on. We've been in this valley, no offense, we've been in this valley searching for answers, but I think the answers have passed this place.
We have some idea where other seats are. Perhaps the other seats will yield different answers than this seat.
I think we should visit them all.
So Munderick finally comes out of the tablets again. So I think that we should, as a collective, perhaps get a step ahead of whoever's corrupting the weave. I think part of that might be releasing the spectral of the mind and opening up the gateway a bit for to allow more abilities to be used in protecting Avonvon. If we balance the opening of that gate, that floodgate, then there should be no corruption. And if somebody else has a more negative, goals, then they'll be opening up these floodgates in a way that will, cause a tidal wave across the lands. And if you could do it in a way that is beneficial, I think that's our best bet.
I just fear that the pendulum is always swinging back and forth. And what we want to do is keep it from swinging. Or at least slow it as much as possible. In this case, an overcorrection. I think if we release that spectral and somebody finds a way to piece together the ways again and bring them back, then we will be powerless. to stop it.
Well, then I say we take advantage of the situation and make it the most beneficial to everyone that we can.
Who's
I'd
this
say
talking?
Thunderic.
We need to stop. We need to stop whoever. We need to research and find whoever is screwing with it, and that's who we need to stop.
Jackson, Sully, I need you both to make insight checks.
You guys are being too quiet. She's gonna harass you.
I am.
Make a poop check.
5.
Yeah, 9. The bad times.
A 5 and a
Well,
9?
Yeah, it's so
I
bad.
am thinking
Whoa.
about other things in this room.
Yeah, I'm just like, ugh, what's going on?
This library is so cool.
Oh no.
Roll.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Doris is thinking,
I
by the way.
definitely have an interest in this library that's distracting me, and that's why.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got a much better roll. So that is a natural 16, so 15.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Jax, you are more than welcome to wander off and try to find the area of the library that you would be interested in.
I want to
Yeah, I'm
wander
just
off.
gonna kind of slip off.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to the library too. Like,
Okay. So I need you both to send me, you can drop it in the Avanvon chat of the
Yeah.
areas that you're going to and what you're looking for.
Okay.
And I need you to make investigation checks to go with those, and that way I can have it typed up for next week.
Yay.
I think Doris, like mid-sentence, would be like, "What? Okay."
Yeah. They have no interest in this magic, though they are willing to benefit from it. EOA. The thing, whatever it is that he was hiding before, the way that he's speaking, it's like he's trying to make up for something. He is trying to correct a wrong, and it just, the way that he's talking right now reminds you of what you read from his mind when you used the spell before. So he is hiding something and is trying desperately to find a way to fix it.
I kind of just want to ask him, what are you hiding in cast detect thoughts?
Okay. So as you cast Detect Thoughts, I love that this is becoming so useful so quickly. It is about the your friend Savell, and yeah, your friend, quote unquote. And he has he's trying to think through everything that he learned about Savell. And he knows he has that information. And he is hoping that he will get a chance to review it and find a way to make up for not acting on it sooner. So he has that memory. He has a stone or a tablet that contains information about Savell.
Well, that's going to be something I research next time.
Yeah. So it is hidden. So as this conversation continues, I will leave it here tonight so everybody can kind of think on the pros and cons of adjusting the weave. I think that you can go either way, but there is somebody ahead of you who, somebody or someone's, who is trying to do something.
For sure.
But
We're just way behind the 8 ball.
you are way behind the 8 ball. But one thing that you can tell from, and Dorus kind of nailed it on the head with the word corruption, they are fumbling. They don't know what they're doing. It was, thinking back on it, the changes that had been done to the weave were very rudimentary. It was like taking a sledgehammer to it, just trying to make something happen.
Is this from what we saw at the top of the structure, like the broken pieces of runes and the
Yes.
blinking lights and stuff?
Yeah. It was not, there was no finesse to it. So though you might be behind the people who are doing this, you have a greater understanding of what you're trying to do or what has been done in the past. So whether or not they can gain more knowledge or what that looks like. And I think I'm going to make a bullet point list of stuff that has come through tonight.
Cool.
I'd like to, can I really quick pull the other three that are here, Nimu and Huawei, away for a second from the three?
Yeah. They're going to argue.
What I'm thinking is, what if we talk to CRCNT, the balance, and we come up with a way to, if we release this Spectre, we come up with a way to put him back in bottle, so to speak, if we need to. If he turns out to be crazy, mind controlling, I'll take over the land and all this bullshit, you know? Perhaps Balance would have a way to put him back.
We just have to hope then that the ways don't gain enough power to make that impossible.
Yeah, this would be a question for Balance. I think that I think this person, this being, was around for when the cap was put on the magic, the seals were put in place, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe has some
it's worth
idea
a
how to capture and seal magic off like this.
Right.
I really want to talk to Balance again. Then we have new questions to ask for sure.
If we can get a hold of her.
I do not want to release this mind specter. I do not trust, and I do not know its motive. I don't want it out in the world without checks and balances, you know? That is all. I apologize.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I want to help him, but I don't want to make yeah,
Doris doesn't want to make any huge decisions until he's assured that we can put things back the way they were if we need to. Or
Well,
at least
the
have
other-
some sort of check on it, right?
the other option, to be quite honest with you, like thinking about it as kind of a, you know, outside, like out of character, is we could always release him, and then by the time we gain enough power, just destroy him so that they can't ever come back.
He's technically on the same power level as we are currently.
But I'm guessing if we release him, we're gonna need more power from other places and other beings to be more powerful than him.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's called killing boars until you level up.
Yeah, but who's saying the next guy we meet isn't like the god of death and destruction or some shit, right?
Oh, I agree, but I think it's also possible that we, before things get crazy, like we could just take him out as well. You know, like, or by the time maybe it does get nutty, right, and we're able to actually fight them head on and rid the world of their presence forever.
Yeah, Doris's mind is that the CRCNT person may have some answers there for us, how to keep things in check.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, EOA or Silas is very spot on as far as the power level.
You cut out there the power of what?
The power level?
Oh, okay.
The power is very, very limited.
Yeah, but he was
So,
fucking mind controlling us like it was nothing.
y'all want some metagame information?
Just saying, no.
Are you sure? Because I don't think it won't break. It won't break future stuff.
So.
He can be a CR4 and still have a spell.
Okay. I mean, it won't break anything else later. But there was a very, very, very simple reason that he was able to do those things.
Magic items.
Magics.
Hi, Stella. Thank you very much. I will repeat it again. I mentioned the door he created multiple times last session. That the door never disappeared.
Let's go sneak into his mind palace and go through the door.
Wait, is he an illusion this whole time?
Whoa. Oh,
This
He's
world's
the-
an illusion.
He's the spectral of the mind.
He's the mind guy. That's what I don't trust. He could mind blow us all.
Phantasmal force on us.
I mean,
It's probably something we're not even know about or thinking of.
oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. I feel like we talk way too much. Jackson, Sully, I wish you guys would
What?
have more chance.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Well, I mean, today I was a snake for half of it, so that one made sense. And then also too is I'm just really tired.
It's all good.
Yeah, you guys are fine.
Yeah.
everybody has their sessions.
Yeah.
I was like near the end, like I was only picking up half of everything everyone was saying because I'm so tired.
It's all good.
I
It's all
know.
good.
So late. If it wouldn't screw up everybody's like life, I would back it up an hour, but we just can't. So, I can try to stop it at 10:30 though. We can try and wrap stuff up by 10:30. Going
I mean,
forward.
We get done by 10:45.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we can get off talking it by 12:30 and not 12.
Yeah, I mean, this time's
Or
fine. for me.
11:30.
This is just a scenario where Hosanna had me up
Yeah.
a lot. So
We'll just postpone the game 5 years until Jackson's kids are grown up.
I know, right? I know. So there was something about a calendar. No, we're good. 3 weeks. Okay, so we have 2 more sessions with Amelia, and then Amelia, you're gonna miss 1 session. And then we have 2 more with you, and then you're gone.
Yeah.
So we have
yeah.
4 sessions with you.
Well,
I need you to send
I
me.
also am gonna miss October 12th. I'll be gone for a wedding traveling.
yeah.
Okay, so you and Soli will be gone, so that's perfect. So we're gonna skip the 12th.
Okay. Let's see.
So-
So I got. Yeah.
So we have 4 sessions before we lose Soli. Amelia, if there's anything that you want to see accomplished before you leave,
Yeah. It's actually
I know
3
you said that-
sessions.
is it 3?
Yeah, the 28th, the 5th,
Oh, it is
and the
3.
19th. Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to be there the 26th.
I'll be, yeah, it's gonna be.
Okay. So
Yeah.
3 sessions. If there's anything you want to see, do whatever. I know we had talked about you being okay with us not rushing to whatever it is that you want to complete.
I like the progressions going on.
So, but if there's anything that you really want to see here in the Hollow specifically, because I don't know where y'all are going to go after this. I don't know what direction y'all are heading.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Okay.
But I will go to the end screen. No, go ahead. Oh shit, I'm hitting things.
It's fine. What do we have other than what is next?
So there will be like events that will kick off as D&D does. You know, in perfect timing when you're done with the Hollow. But you do have the other seats that you can go to.
Yes.
Dorus had the map appear that showed all of the locations that I put in the spectral tree as far as the colors of where everything sat. So you can
I have that.
you can head to any of those locations, and then on your way to those locations there's going to be a lot of fuckery going on. You're in a D&D world and there's shit going on, and that's why I had said before we started our session if we were okay going over our allotted timeline, because this is going to be anything like campaign 1.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of stuff to explore, to find, to fix, a lot of side quests
So
to
are
do.
you leaving for like good or just a certain number of sessions?
I'm
or-
leaving for about 3 months for medical leave. Now, the thing about the medical leave, this particular one, is that I might be, maybe, it really depends, maybe December, which is 2nd month. I might be getting, might be good for a session. It really depends. Because,
You know,
I'll
D&D
be-
is therapy, I heard.
yeah, because I'll be really bored. and my mom's gonna teach me how to net and stuff. But yeah.
Okay. Well, good to
yeah.
know. I'm glad you're not leaving forever.
Oh no.
it's
But
temporary.
I think I might be able to some sessions in December. It really depends on if there's like no complications and
Yeah, I mean, don't push it. Do what you got to do, of course. But
yeah.
we'll miss you. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll miss you guys a
For
lot
sure.
too.
I'm not looking forward to these next 3 sessions
Oh
because
my gosh.
Yeah, I think we have to push to go to Wolfton Falls because
Oh no.
that's one of the seats, right?
it
I-
is.
The water seat is what I wrote down.
It is, but
And it's
I
gonna take time to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
We can
I
always
wanna-
just go to another one.
Gotcha.
And then when Soli comes back, we can go to there.
I like
Yeah.
a natural progression of adventures throughout this amazing world. So I want to be.
yeah, we had a conversation post session last
Yeah.
week or the week before. And I asked Amelia if she wanted to head that way. She said no. She
Yeah.
would rather have a natural progression through the world.
Yeah.
For what a great introduction to huge possible realizations of the realms. Yeah.
Yep.
I was telling Tim before we started that I'm really enjoying y'all's characters and the world that y'all are exploring, because the world changes as y'all explore it and interact with it. It really depends on what you do and how you react to things is kind of how the world builds for me. Obviously, smaller things, the bigger things are kind of set in stone, but I really like it. So I'm really been enjoying y'all's guys' characters. So I'm gonna head over to the end screen, and then I need to work on that bullet point list. So night, everybody. Stella, I'm so glad to see your name. I love seeing you here. So bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna go take